Hi, my name is Mark Williams. Let's see if I can adjust the angle here. Looks. There we go. Now it's crooked. How about that? Okay. And my name is Mark Williams, and I own a farmers insurance agency here in Michigan. And the reason for this video is a diary or a video blog of my journey over the next year to get down to 240 pounds and be reasonably close to 10% body fat. It's quite a bit. Sorry, let me turn that heater off. It'll start making a bunch of noise. It's quite a bit of a jump for me. I'm at about 295, and I haven't been weighing myself daily because I think that is counterproductive. But I'm at 295 the last time I weighed myself, and using the Navy chart, which you can find online if you Google Navy body fat chart. Using the Navy chart and some measurements of neck and abdomen circumference, I'm 30% body fat. I'm 30% body fat. Some of you may know this, but after about 30% body fat, it kind of gets challenging to discern what your body fat percentage is, and you have to start using calipers or even another methodology like getting in a water tank and blowing all your breath out and sitting and getting on a scale, which isn't cheap, I'm sure. So anyways, the point is this, through all the humming and hawing, I am on a journey, and I'm creating a video blog, and I'm giving you some background on what's going on with me, in the hopes that you might find some inspiration from it. I also want to lay down some details of like where my head is at, what I was thinking about. When March comes along, I wouldn't mind looking at a couple of days out of October that I created a journal and just kind of seeing where my head was at and what I was talking about at the time. So I'm in the early stages of the journey. So, a lot of conversation about how I got here. I'm trying to draw lines in the sand with myself and change some habits. So a lot of this video blogging is me talking about habits of my just near past, and kind of trying to turn this ship, away from the iceberg, because I feel like I'm heading towards an iceberg. I was most recently into powerlifting training, and I found a lot of satisfaction in that kind of training. I really enjoyed a gym day where you would go in and just deadlift. I feel like, and I did feel like deadlifting was a worthy challenge. It was a challenge that was just as great as running 10 miles or a half marathon or a 10K for some people. I felt like it was a very worthy challenge. It's a very hard exercise to do. It's a very easy exercise to do, but it's very hard on your central nervous system and your body. And all it is just bending over and picking something up. A lot of people don't do it. It created a great deal of overall body strength. And, I demonstrably became stronger at the deadlift, and I was, approaching weights that were of a competitive level, and there was a lot of satisfaction in that from an ego standpoint. And I also could see that I was becoming a more useful person and a stronger person, an emotionally stronger person. People that might be looking at themselves in the mirror and wondering where strength comes from and how do you gain strength, the strength of personality and strength of thought and strength of discipline. I would recommend deadlifting and squatting just as much as I would recommend long distance running. Long distance running is a phenomena that's lasted a long time, and people find a lot of solace and discipline practice in long distance running. And I think you can find a lot of discipline and mental strength training through training the deadlift and going up in weight and going up and going longer in endurance, having longer weightlifting sessions at higher repetitions at higher weights. Same kind of concept, just impacts your central nervous system a little bit differently, and the physical person that you become, looks different. Deadlifting is a full body exercise, and just makes you a bigger person. You're just going to be a big person. But I can see that the central nervous system impact that powerlifting had on me, and I think a lot of people, was this sense of, I just did something that was really, really, really hard, and my body aches from it. I want to eat what I want to eat, and I want to eat a lot of calories, and I want to maximize. That's the coffee machine going off. I want to maximize my training by, eating what I think I'm entitled to eating. I might be wrong about other people, but I know that's how I felt. I don't mean to put words in other people's mouths, but I just noticed that myself and powerlifters I saw on YouTube and in real life, we all resembled each other in some way. Everything's beeping at me. We all resembled each other in some small way. Or sometimes we resembled each other in some larger way. And I just wanted to look more athletic than the power lifter I was becoming. And I also got into powerlifting without really thinking through the end game of what it was going to mean to my day-to-day life, and the end game of what I was going to look like when I was 50. I don't want to be 400 pounds. I just decided I don't want to be 400 pounds. I don't want to compete. I don't want to get to 400 pounds to compete. I don't want to be a 350 or a 400 pound 50-year-old. That seems to be like going in the wrong direction, and would have a negative impact on longevity. Or if I did live a long time, I didn't want to have cardiac issues, all kinds of issues that come with just being a larger person in advanced years. So I want to be a leaner person. Running exclusively without any weight training is not the answer, because you just end up becoming a skinny fat person. And if you've ever seen people that exclusively train for long distance bicycle riding or long distance running, and they don't do any weight training, they're what we call skinny fat people. Their skin kind of looks funky. If you touch them, there isn't a lot of muscle mass pushing back, except for maybe like in their quads and hamstrings. That's kind of a non-starter too. So weightlifting's got to be part of the answer. Today I did legs, and like I said in previous not episodes, but entries into the video journal, video blog, I've been following a body part split where I do my whole body twice a week. Today was legs days. Yesterday was shoulders. And Monday would be chest and back. So leg day today, I utilize the priority principle of cardio first. I do a little bit shorter cardio session on leg day. I don't want to use up all my glycogen and energy walking right before I do legs. So I do a little bit shorter cardio session in the front end of the workout, and I do calves, and my calves were really hurting when I woke up when I got out of bed. I did calves first after the walk, so kind of a full body warm up doing a walk, and then I did calf raises, 5 sets. I feel like calves are a lagging body part, and I think a lot of tall people have that. But I'm 6'4". So I did calves, 5 sets. I did hamstring curls, lying, because I feel like sitting hamstring curls is like the dumbest exercise ever, and it never hits your hamstrings. I don't even know why they make those devices, sitting hamstring curls. And then I did walking lunges. I've been doing a lot of walking lunges, and it's really helped out knee pain. I have very little, and I walk a lot. I even do some light jogging. I weigh 295 pounds. I just feel like on recommendation from somebody that uses walking lunges as cardio, I've incorporated walking lunges into my leg routine, and I could easily just do a machine where I sit down and do leg extensions to try and build quadricep size. But yeah, walking lunges has been a real benefit to me. And if you have any kind of knee pain, especially because you're overweight or just a large person, I recommend the walking lunge. But I was doing I don't know, about 160 to 200 meters of walking lunges, and it was a lot on my hip flexors. I was just getting totally out of whack from doing that much. It was really costing me physically to do that much, and I thought maybe I just kind of like pull back a little bit. It's a much more difficult exercise on my body than what I was giving it credit for, is what I'm trying to articulate. I didn't think it was really having an impact on me physiologically, but it was just getting harder and harder and harder to recover from it. My squats, I'm not challenging myself on those particularly at all. I'm just trying to keep up on doing 4 sets of 12, and sometimes it's hard. It's like mentally like hard to do 4 sets of 12. I don't know if it's boring or if it's just like I don't, I guess boring is the only word I can really come up with. Like just sitting there doing 4 sets of 12 of almost any weight. It's like I don't really, when you get to 10, you're like, I don't want to do 11 and 12. It's a kind of an exercise in focus. Sometimes it's an exercise in pushing through some physical limitations, because you do get tired doing 4 sets of 12. But goodness, it's even at a low weight like 135 or 155 or 165 pounds, it's like boring and brutal to get through 4 sets of 12. But I make it through. It's not as hard as doing 4 sets of 10 at 225. It isn't any harder, or it isn't any easier. Surprisingly, 4 sets of 225 sounds like more weight than 4 sets of 12 at 135, but I find them both to be challenging for kind of different reasons. So that's today's workout. Tomorrow's chest and back. Looking forward to doing some chest work. Looking forward, I think that